What is going on, guys? Joey Franzo here with Flex Training Systems, and today I thought I would do something a little bit different. Just trying to come up with ways to help you guys get better. And I had the idea yesterday as I was finishing The Punisher Season 2, which everybody should watch. Why not pull up my stats from, my meets and just talk about what I learned from it and what you guys can do with the USAPL database to help you get better. So as you can see on screen, we have all my all the meets that I've done in the USAPL. I competed 2 years before this, but I guess I'm pretty sure when they changed to the new system, it pretty much just like erased everything that existed. Also, I competed in other federations, well, really just USPA in the beginning. And to the best of my knowledge, I had like one or two meets in the beginning where I was like kind of all over the place because I was just starting. But then I got my shit together. I think my second meet, I went 8 for 9, and then since then I just always was pretty much 9 for 9, 7 for 9. But as you guys can see in front of you, I've pretty good. Only a couple misses in my entire career under this Fed. I've only had one 7 for 9 meet, and then really what I want to do with this video is just kind of talk about like my misses, like why did I miss, what I learned from each meet, or just kind of like a general overview, like and how my misses led to me getting better in that lift, and just trying to come up with a perfect day, just trying to hit that 9 for 9 as best that I can. So for me, on squat, that's my best lift by far. I can pretty much take the progression that I would make on my deadlift and combine it with my squat. That's how powerful my squat is for me. Assuming that I'm not dieting, which you guys will see here, for my first 4 meets, I was 104 kg. So like on the dot. First 6 meets really, I weighed, I was a 105, and then I bulk up, cut down, bulk up. Currently finishing up this bulk, right? And then I'm going to cut back down. So numbers are going to fluctuate based on that, which is fine. If you guys look to the far right, when Wilks existed, I historically always do well in the bigger weight class. So that was very telling. That's what something like this can tell us. Every time I complete in a bigger weight class, I'm just overall stronger and I'm lifting bigger weight. That's so I think for my frame and for me, I'm going to be better off as a bigger person, as strictly as a power lifter. Granted, we don't use Wilks anymore, I guess, but really Wilks, IPF points, whatever it is, it's just an arbitrary number that's going to help us kind of get it. It's like a number that will move based on how well you're doing. I think we can still use Wilks if we're moving up or down a weight class to kind of get an idea if you're actually getting better. But with IPF points, how deep your classes can affect your score, which I don't really like because now you have an external factor that's like messing with your personal progress. But let's talk about the makes real quick. So I've never missed a bench in my. I can tell you from my entire career, I've literally never missed a bench. That was something that I learned very early on how to make sure was like to comp spec. I have received red lights here and there for my feet sometimes, if anything. Usually at the Arnold with very, very strict judging, but never missed a bench. I just that's my most technically sound lift. I would say my squat is now too, but that is something that I don't like. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So I'm not going to change that. Bench is also the lift that I've been performing the longest. I've been doing it for 15 years. So it's like, it's hard now to make progress on it, which is what I'm hoping being in this higher class will do for me for the time being until I decide to go back down and lose all my gains. But it's nice to see my third attempt bench back in 2015 as an opener. When my bench is there. So that's very good to see, and hopefully we're gonna build on it at this Arnold. On squat, I missed one squat. On here, I was being handled by somebody else at that meet. I'm not blaming it on them at all, but I think a takeaway from that miss can be when you link up with someone at the last minute. Choosing your attempts for meet day can be like if that person doesn't know anything about you, you're going to have tendencies that are difficult to kind of like identify. So it can be harder for them to pick numbers for you. That's why always, if I can, I would prefer to handle my lifters or call their numbers because I'm going to know them better than anyone else. I make everybody send me videos all the time. So it's like subconsciously even you're starting to identify where people are going to screw up. But yeah, also to the credit of my handler, that day I was like really squirrely with my foot placement. And I think I set up too narrow and that screwed me over. So, but that was 3 years ago. And since then I haven't missed one. So yeah, missing squats hurts. Squat is like kickoff. You come out and, if you hit all three, you have a lot of momentum leading into bench press. And bench, it's like, okay, you hit all three squats, you're up now, right? All you got to do is maintain that. And then in deadlift, you're kind of finishing strong. So that's kind of the mindset that I have going through a meet. But yeah, I didn't like that miss. So I said, I'm never missing again. And I haven't. Just making sure that my technique allows for me to hit depth without thinking. I think the key thing, one of the biggest things in making all your lifts is just not thinking. You want your technique to be so ingrained and such a habit that you don't have to think about it. You just do it. That's what I try to give to my lifters, and that's what I try to do with myself, is just to become autonomous, just become this sort of functioning machine that just does what it needs to do without, kind of worrying about, where my feet need to be, where my hands need to be. There's too many other things that you could be wasting your energy on, expending your energy on, and you don't want to be using it on that. What's going on here? Next, so bench, yeah, never miss a bench. Bench is cool. It ain't broke, don't fix it. That's pretty much what I learned from that. And then deadlift. Okay, so this is the one where I have the most misses. My missing in deadlift took me a little while to figure it out. But I eventually reached a point where I just kind of said, I'm gonna have to pull an RPE 8.5 third. Otherwise, I'm gonna round too much, and it's gonna be too hard for me to, follow all the way through. Also, I believe that I've had an imbalance in my back for such a long time. Part of that was just always exclusively deadlifting with the belt. I did a video on this after nationals, where I was kind of outside walking and talking about, fixing my deadlift, and I got my last two pulls in meets. But it took those misses for me to just kind of understand it and kind of figure out like what I can do to make sure that I get my third pull, given that me fighting my rounding, fighting my ailments, right? Trying to train the deadlift without getting hurt. That's always going to be a concern. Just recently I was deadlifting and my lower back was like so pumped that it was very difficult to train my glutes because my back was just destroyed. It's something that I have to balance. It's like my split matters a lot when it comes to, being able to facilitate that recovery. So, that's something that I learned from training my deadlifts as well. But yeah, I'm going to have to pull a non-maximal deadlift in order for my deadlift to be comp legal. Meaning, I could pull probably much more if I just go balls to the wall, all out, fucking give it everything I got, right? But my technique is going to break down, and I know that I cannot maintain, I'll ramp, basically, if it gets too heavy, and it's not something that it's hard for me to fight it. It's super hard for me to fight it and prevent it from happening. at those big weights. So I would rather just lift the weight that is decent, make little progress on my deadlift, and not go all out. But looking back at the videos, the weights that I am lifting on deadlift feel much easier than, like over time. The weights that I'm lifting is much easier. I remember the 290 that I took at the Arnold 3 years ago was so hard. It was like all out, everything I got, versus the 292.5 that I hit at Nationals was so easy. Like I was much stronger that day than I had anticipated given all the handling. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to make this video to kind of show you guys, like, you can use the USAPL database to kind of see how far you've come, see where you're at. Look at your misses, learn from your misses. Okay, why did I miss that weight? What can I do differently in the meets coming up to be better prepared, to make sure that I don't make these same mistakes? Because those red marks, they sting. You know what I mean? They're just gonna sit there, and you look at them and you're like, I remember that feeling that I had when I fucked up that day or whatever. And you can. I am proud of being able to overcome those problems. Like the 290 that I missed at Nationals in 2017, I got it. My next Arnold, and then this last Nationals, I'll be looking to hit a little bit more than what I hit. So hopefully comfortably, and if you lift clean and you do everything you need to do outside the gym, you should be able to hit PRs on meet day with very little stress, and you're not going to have to worry about some crazy technical things. Before I go, this Arnold coming up, these numbers, especially on squat, like I'm repping that weight, 675, and I'm really excited to really add to this total. I think I'm going to be, in a position to hit some weights I've never touched before. I've already done it, and I'm just excited to do it because I'm going to cross the very big milestone of 1,800. And, when I first came into this, I never thought that I'd be doing that. I think my first total under USPA conditions, mind you, so it'd probably be even less on USAPL stuff, was like 1330, 1340 or something like that. And just to put like 500 pounds on my total in my lifetime is pretty nuts. Especially because I had been lifting for many years before getting into powerlifting. So it wasn't like I was just, it wasn't like I was just like ready to I wasn't Dennis Cornelius hit totally 1,800 his first meet. But yeah. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much that. If you guys got a meet coming up, look at your past stats, look at your misses. If you want to get better, look at it and be like, this is not right. I don't want to miss these lifts. I want to get better. Why did I miss? Let's improve on it. Shit, guys. I guess since this video is about getting better, we're gonna do get better today in the comments. Shout out to Russ, right? It's such like that's what we're all about over here. Everybody's getting better, right? So we're gonna just keep promoting that mentality and that mindset. You know what I mean? I hope you guys don't mind seeing my face in this video. I have 3 more videos in mind that I wanted to make. I'll probably do another one this week. We're going to talk about... Whoa! My dogs are barking, and I'm not going to edit this. We're going to talk about high and low frequency training, and then I have the other one in my notes. I need to find it. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Again, get better in the comments below if you made it this far, and I hope you don't mind my dogs barking and doing this in one take. Peace, brothers.